Someone asked me the other day, this is like a bonus question. Someone asked me the other day if when I pray, do I read out of a book or do I make my own prayers? And I make my own prayers. I rarely pray out of a book. Before I jump into that though, I would like to explain what is prayer. Basically just your thoughts that are focused on something very specific. So your prayer could be peace on earth. That is what your thought is focused on, which is also the same as a mantra. But a mantra tends to be short, and a prayer can be very long. So a prayer can include things that you need help with, or it could include things that you wish to see. Like for me, a lot of my prayer includes wishing harmony and like praying for harmony in our world, for not just balance but harmony. And I don't necessarily worry too much on like how that will be accomplished, on the steps that will be accomplished. I just request for it. That's a prayer, is like you're focusing your thought on a request. So prayer is your focused thought set with intention. Can I help you? No, this is my camera stand. Go over there. Jeez, this guy's so rude. I wanted to share this video because obviously right now we have a lot of time on our hands and we have a lot on our plate. And I don't think it's anything new. I know that we've had these issues for quite some time. We just have been on constant go, so we weren't really able to address these things. So I think that the whole self-quarantine and, you know, things shutting down and people being forced to slow down and close is actually really good and beneficial in that sense, because it's allowing us to like sit down and really face these things that we as a whole have been ignoring for way too long. Prayer is something that is going to definitely help us get through this. It doesn't matter if you believe in Jesus or Ganesha or Jehovah. Prayer is still prayer, and prayer is your thoughts. So be careful of what you're thinking about, because if you're constantly thinking about, oh my God, you know, this horrible thing is going to happen and that horrible thing is going to happen, and they saying this horrible thing is happening, then you are praying for those things. Your thought is going towards that. It's going to create that reality. So prayer is your thought, and you have to be very focused and careful on your thought. Focus your thought on what you wish to see, what your heart wants, what your heart needs. A lot of the prayer that I do is also focused around military and police, and I like to pray for our soldiers. I pray that police officers and soldiers like wake up, that they see their role in everything, and that they see who they're how they're manipulated and how they're hurting their own communities and the own people that they love, for the most part without realizing it, you know. Although there are many officers and you know, soldiers who do realize what's going on, and they're also stuck in very hard situations. You know, people like Chelsea Manning, who's serving time for being a good Samaritan and wanting to alert the American people. He is being punished, and how is this possible? But that's a whole different topic. So prayer, I like to pray for those situations and those individuals. I pray for the children in detention centers. I pray for the ICE agents. I pray that they choose redemption and change their path, that they choose to feel with their heart and think with their conscience, because following orders and getting paid is basically like selling your soul. And so if you're willing to do these really disgusting things for money, because your paycheck is more important than humanity and dignity, trust me when I say that you will reap what you sow. And it doesn't matter if you had good intentions and if, you know, you were a good person. All of that cancels out the minute that you choose to ignore your soul. So prayer is very huge. I like to pray a lot for truth, and I like to pray a lot for justice. I pray for unity. I love praying for unity. I love praying for unity because it's such a beautiful thing. There's so much power in unity, you guys. So I pray that we all come together, that we look beyond the differences, that we look beyond the surface level of things, you know, like skin color and features and hair. I hope that we start to look beyond these things and realize that when you look deep down inside and you go into the bloodstream and you go into what you are, your essence, the organs on the inside, we all are the same. We all come from stardust. We're all atoms. We're all connected. We're all part of this one huge, magnificent creation. We deserve to live in harmony, and here Earth is paradise, and we are so lucky and so blessed to be experiencing this and to be here in this realm. So if you feel like your life is more than just like working and paying bills and dying, then really explore with your divinity and explore with prayer. And it helps to have like a prayer book, and you can write down the things that you want to pray for, the people that you want to pray for. It's really interesting because a lot of my guidance comes, and I don't get to see everything, and I don't ask for all the information. I just, you know, there's moments where like spirit will tell me like, okay, we need you to pray for the city, and you know, I'm not like, why? I'm just like, okay, and I just start praying for the city, and I start to raise like my auric field, and you know, and I tap into anyone and all that are there serving as well, because it's not just me. We're a whole collective and whole gang of energy workers and light workers. But yeah, you know, I'll start praying for the city. I start praying for all of my neighbors. I start praying for all of the surrounding neighborhoods, and you know, and then I just visualize it and I see it. And yeah, prayer is powerful. Along the way, I also learned how to pray with my feet. So dancing is a form of prayer, and dancing is very powerful, you guys, because you're creating energy. You're literally a lighthouse, and when you have a lighthouse and you're focusing your thoughts and your intentions on something specific, like you're literally creating and manifesting that into this world. So for me, dancing and prayer are one of the best combos. It's like peanut butter and jelly time. So dancing is a form of prayer, and I invite you, the next time that you start dancing, like start praying with it. Start feeding that energy that you're creating into seeing the world that you want to see, into seeing the outcomes that you want to see. You want to see yourself successful, you want to see yourself in a glamorous house, like dance to it and see yourself there, and trust me, like you'll create it and you're gonna trip out. But dancing is a really awesome prayer. And there's lots of other ways to pray, you know, like you can work out and pray. I like to work out and pray. Basically the whole the idea is that we're always in constant prayer. We're always in ceremony. Life is sacred. This whole journey is a ceremony. So your thoughts are your prayers. So that's why it's important to be mindful of what you're thinking about, because that's what you're praying for. That's what you're calling in. That's what you're calling out. That's what you're manifesting with your thoughts. That's what you're creating as a co-creator in this whole existence. So yeah, I invite you guys to pray and play with that and explore with it. And if you have any questions, by all means, feel free to ask me, DM me, or add a comment below. If you're not yet following me on Instagram at gginfo777, please do. And go ahead and subscribe, turn on your notifications, and give this a thumbs up if you liked it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.